What's up, guys? This is HH Trader back with another trading video. Looks like I'm going to be maybe taking a trade this morning. I don't know. Top of this is the 668. Looks like it wants to head up, but I'm trying to see if it's going to crash to this 9 before I go and do something else. Finish setting up, but I thought that this was looking like a good trade, so I went ahead and started streaming a little bit earlier, but I don't know. If it fails this bottom, this 643, that's going to look really bad. So it did snap through that 43. Did snap through the 43. Looking like it may give us some moves downward. So it looks like I'll just have to wait now. Top side of this is the 664. Going on down right there. Let's go and check the other one we were looking at. That one faded as well. Not looking too good right there. Does have a little bit of news this morning. The news is TikTok and Kuishao rival Lomotiv sells to Zash. Okay, so I don't know. I have to actually read up on that in just a minute, a little bit later in the day. On the daily chart, top is $9. So I'll draw my resistance up there at $9 on the daily chart. Then we have another little bit of resistance here at the 611, or actually support now. Support here at the 611. Alright, so we're waiting for it to recapture the 9. Let's see if it can hold up this 624. Probably not. But both of these have pretty good volume, and you know, a lot of people watching them. Let's see if this breaks down to 614 here. Will it break the 20? Snap through the 20 right there. And now I'm not liking it, so I'm just gonna wait and watch. Let's see if it breaks that $6 mark. Yep, snap through it. Will it continue to fade? Can it push back into the 6s? So it did break this support level right here, so that's going to become resistance. Probably. And there's no catalyst this morning to actually make me want to trade pre-market. The 9 EMA is at the 552. 552, 553, somewhere up in there. Keeps moving. So almost 20 cents away from the sixes now. So not really expecting too much from it. It still is green on the day, but we don't know where the bottom is. It's crashed this previous bottom right here at this 570s almost. Let me draw that support in there. 571. Looks like it's trying to hold that up. But I just I don't see any catalyst right now that will make me want to trade. Yes, if I was going to paper trade, my entry would be right here because it's right here on the edge of the this support. So I guess my entry would be above this 1 minute high, or actually let me see what is this one. The high is $6. I don't know if it'll be able to push all the way up there. High of this 5-minute candle is $6. So now that it's kind of holding here, we would like to see a push back over that 86 level, but it's looking like it's pushing down. It broke the 75 right there, which is not good. That's a $0.25 level. Needs to stay above the 75 and break this high of the 587 right here. It's just looking weak now. I would cancel my order and let this thing bounce. See how much it can bounce first. See what kind of action it's going to give under this 9. Let's see how this candle closes. Very not strong. Very weak. Can it stay in the 80s and push to the 90s? Don't like the way that closed. Even if it goes, this isn't something that I would like, for it to be so weak under the 9. It's probably going to give us some red here. And I mean, it's right on this last support level. So just walking you guys through some analysis of pre-market, so you can kind of understand what I do during regular market or intraday. This is a new low right there that just was formed. Okay, so it is holding up this level. And that looks like a double top. It needs to break that double top. Double top, the high of the 590s. Okay, there's the double top right there. 590 is the spot that it needs to beat. 591. I'm not gonna do it. I was thinking about FOMOing in right there just for a break of this 91 area. But let's see what it does. If it can hold up this low, which it did not, there it goes down. Never mind. All right, let me take a little pause and go and get some breakfast. Alright, this may be a little bit of a move that I can take advantage of here. Waiting for the pullback though. Let's see what this pullback looks like. Nice little candle right there. We're just gonna wait though. Got up to the 200 moving average, which is the 398 right there. See if it can stay in the 90s. If it breaks that 90 down, I'm kind of gonna be scared of it. It's got about 30 seconds left here. Let's see. Oh, this is the one with no news. Okay. Yeah, that's why I wasn't trading it. Okay. News out here, no news at this time. I forgot, what range am I looking for? Okay, the past 2 weeks. So yeah, no news in the past 2 weeks. So it did pull back. Top of this is the 395. If I took an entry here at 50 shares, what would happen? 50 shares right there, got a little pump. I'll have my out down here at the 388. But look how weak that is. I'm sitting down here to 388 though. No catalyst. Looking for this thing to get bought up. And this what happened to me. Hit that 200 moving average, got big rejection. I'm still holding 50 shares right there. This candle closes without pushing. May be in trouble. Okay, 399. Still in 50 shares. I'll probably be moving my stop up a bit. If I bought in at the 396, yeah, I'll be thinking about moving that stop up very soon. If it breaks this high, the stop will come up right here to the 395. If it breaks down, I'm just out. Right under that is the 394. So 394 area would be where I'll be out. So I'll lose 1 cent on 50 shares here if it stopped me out. Will it stop me? It's kind of struggling. Hasn't stopped me yet though at the 394. Don't see the buying pressure coming in there. Yep, that's what I was thinking. It would have stopped me out right there, I believe. Let's see the bottom. Yep, would stop me out right there. Nasty, nasty, nasty. Don't like that. Now it has to hold up this 388 here, which I don't know if it'll be able to do. I don't like this anymore for a possible trade. So I'm gonna pause and yep, gonna let you guys watch these two stocks. Let me go to the other one. What was the other one? BBIG. It actually had a little bit of news, but I don't like that news. But these are the two most obvious stocks, so this one is struggling. Gotta hold up this 388 here. Okay, so now the new buy spot will be the top here of the 393 for a redemption bounce through the top. So we got that bounce off of VWAP. So the buy spot will be right here at the probably 94. 394 is right here. And the new stop point would be right here at the 388. So in at the 394 and then stop at the 388. Okay. Wow, what in the world? Okay. Well, that was crazy. So that definitely would have worked. You would have made 95 up to the 405. Not a big move there. I don't like that. It's got to keep pushing. The stop will be out right here if you're using green candle stops. You have to wait for another close. I just don't like this. Even on the 5-minute, it just looks extended and with no big moves. Trying to hold up the $4 level, failing to. Big green bar. Hopefully it doesn't turn red. If it turns red, that's going to be a big sign to get out. Will it turn red? Yep. There's the red right there. And that's the sign to get out. Big topping tail. Let's see if it'll break the body down here of the 392. Came down here and tapped that 392 but did not break the body. So that's a big green bar. Looking for it to stay above the 392 here. Making very, very small moves. Let's go back and look at big. Still fading. Big now has a couple of resistance levels here. So it's got resistance here at like the 575-ish area. It's got resistance. Let's see. Got a little bit of resistance here. And some resistance right here. And we'll see what it wants to do under these levels. Okay, CT is working its way up. I really do not like this stock and the way that it's moving. You can't really, this isn't an entry. Even for me, that wouldn't even be an entry. Now this one is setting up above the 9 here. Problem is it's extended. 5 bars green and it hasn't made any real progress. It moved from the 62 up to the 406 over a 5-minute period, or 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes. That's just not what I like to look for. I just wouldn't trade this. Even if it goes right here over the top of this one, which is the high of the 403, I still would not like that. Double bottom right there, right off of the 9. We'll see if it can break that double bottom here at the 393. It's got plenty of volume, just no catalyst. Double bottom and double top now. At 397 is a 200 moving average. Yep, looks like some buying coming in there. And that is where I wouldn't want to buy, right there on that first pop. I don't like it. Fighting for change here. I believe there's going to be a big drop in this one. BBIG has faded a lot. Faded. Hasn't even tried to come back up yet. Don't know where the next resistance will be. Maybe right here. And another one may be right here. But we'll see. See CTIB. I need to put my phone on the charger. Where's my charger? Oh man, I gotta go outside and get my charger. Alright, well, let's take another break. All right. So we did get a pullback there above the 9. I do believe it's going to get above this 550 level right here. 551 would be the buy spot. Let's see what it can do. The low or the out would be the 542 here. But the 551 is the entry. Break of that 50. Get that 551 in there. Let's see. 551 buy spot. Looking like the sellers are kind of ramping up or ramping down unless this red bar passes the last one, which it is about to. So that messes up that. Can't trade that. So that one did stop right on the 9. New entry point. We'll let that bounce and let it make the new entry. Has about 30 seconds left on this candle. The 45, 46 would be the entry right now if it can stay above the 9, which it cannot. Yep, did become resistance right there. And this is the support for it, 516. Oh, this one has a resistance level up here at the 450s. Has a resistance level of the 428. Resistance level right here at the $4 level. So it looks like it's having resistance every quarter dollar. 4, 28, 54. Every quarter dollar is becoming a problem for it. It is still above the 5-minute here. You see it's big, still above the 5-minute. No, it is not. No new stock here. Got to give that a nice pullback. Not really seeing that good pullback that I like to see. It is ramping on the buying volume. The only problem is this is the support right here at the 72. So it's 20-30 cents away for a fall. $4 level. Every quarter dollar has been having problems. So it needs to break this to break that trend. So 200 is at the 395 right now, which it just broke. Every quarter dollar. Draw a little bit of resistance right there. Has some support down here at the 353. A little bit more support down here, 361, and some other support right here Looks like it's gonna break that double top. I don't like that. That's a triple top. 1, 2, 3. Let's see if it'll stay above this body of the 395. Will it break it down, stay above it? What will it do here? Yep. Not looking too good. Alright. Pop through, but still has not given a pullback. This pullback is going to be massive. Pullback can come all the way back to the 73 area. Has not successfully done a pullback yet. So there's a pullback. This high is a 402. So my entry would be the 403, push through, and then have an out right here at the 395 here. But that's only if it goes on this candle, which it doesn't look like it's going to be able to do for that 403 push. Looking for that 403. Will it get it? There it is, 403 with a low. My out would be the 395 here. Looking for a push to the top, the high of the 408. And I'll be ready to take. So 403 was the entry position. 403, 408 right there. And now I'll be looking for exit. Be taking profit here up towards the 08. Take off half. And then leave the rest to stop out at the 403. And I'll be stopped out now. Very small move. I just don't like when stocks do that. But this one doesn't have any catalyst, so it doesn't have any real gusto. Okay. Looking like that $4 level just was too much, or that 408 level was just too much for it to push through. But now we do have a low down here. Support right here to the 396. Very big red bar right there, all the way back down to the 396. I believe that support is going to be broken. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that support. Nice analysis in pre-market, you know, looking around, seeing what we can see. This is where I was trading it back in the past here. Or no. Yeah, it was. Traded way back. Let's see, CTIB probably on this day back here in December. We're on the hunt for obvious stocks. Has another level of resistance, has our support right down here to 373. Not respecting VWAP right there, broke the 90. BBIG continuing to fade. 490s down here. 375 is a spot to break. If it breaks at 375, it has very good potential. And look at the 5-minute, just nasty now. Wow, I didn't even glimpse over there. Also didn't put my phone on the charger. Got too busy looking at the stocks. All right. Now, there we go. Okay. All right. Well, what is this one? All right. So, looks like I forgot to do my intro. I've been looking at these stocks, and these stocks have not been giving moves this morning. So I'm gonna go ahead and run my intro in the 5 minutes until the bell, and we'll go ahead and get started. What's up, guys? This is HH Trader back with another live trading video. In this video, we are sitting here on February 23rd. I got up early, expecting to take some pre-market trades, but nothing was giving any moves and nothing had any catalyst for me to trade. So, I was like, okay, today I'm going to take it slow. Yesterday I missed payment. I missed the payment out of the market, did not take profit. But today I am bringing the trigger fingers, happy trigger fingers. So I'm going to be taking. And we're going to see what we can get. It's about 5 minutes to the bell. We're going to see if we can get in here and make something happen. Let's see, CTIB. Let me go and actually check my... Wow, I haven't done anything. I was just watching those stocks. All right. Let's see the actual news on CTIB. We have a float of 3 million. CTIB, Yahoo Finance. Let's see, CTIB. Then at BAM, SEC, CTIB has shelf registration from 2016, so that's way out of range. Yahoo Finance is not pulling up for me. Charles Schwab, really? There's very few problems. Well, there's some problems with login and websites, so make sure that you're careful with your trading today. CT, seems like every day there's problems with Charles Schwab or TD Ameritrade. Okay, CTIB over at Yahoo Finance finally pulled up for me. Float is around 3 million. So I'll go ahead and add that in there. Add that note. $3 million. Had a shelf back in 16, so I'm not too worried about that shelf. Does not have news on the day though. BBIG is the other one. Let's look for obvious stocks. Alright, BBIG's float of 6 million at FinViz. Float of 8 million at Yahoo Finance. BAM SEC, no shelf registration, so 6 to 8 million, somewhere up in there. I might just go ahead and put 9 million because it's 8.65, so 7 to 9 million is where I'll put it in the float. 7 to 9 mil. We'll save that. And we are ready to go. These are the most obvious stocks on the day. CTIB making big moves downward right before the open. We're about a minute and 30 seconds to the open, and it wants to fade. Let's see. All right. So we're sitting here, top two movers on my scanners. CTIB has no news, so be very careful with CTIB. Already made big moves down. Look at this, move from the 440s, drop down to the 398. So that's a 40-cent drop, and it hasn't done a 40-cent move up, not in a straight line. So be very careful with CTIB. The other one that I had disappeared. So okay, BBIG is back. It is the other one that I was watching. It has faded throughout this pre-market area. So we'll have to see about that one. But right now, I'm just going to watch CTIB fail. We have about 10 seconds to the bell. And we're going to watch CTIB hurt some people. Let's see. Let's see what we got. All right, market just opened. Market just opened. We'll count this as a new low, I guess. Support level right here. See if it can hold up that 399 right there. It's the last support that it formed. Big pullback. It's almost a double top. 41.40. Yeah, it's pulled back a whole lot. Let's see if it can hold up this low here of the 412. It's got a 412 low. Watching it, about to hurt some people. Here we go. So let's hurt people. There we go, hurting longs. Big topping tail. There's no way I'm touching that stock. No way. No catalyst, no incentive for me. So unless I was a short. Now shorts are about to make money. All right. So we're just gonna watch for the most obvious stock here. Both of these have well, actually, let me go and look at BBIG. BBIG is coming up. Only problem I have with BBIG is how much it faded off. It may actually give some moves back up because the shorts are covering now. So let's go ahead and put that resistance. And it does have a little bit of news. Not really good news per se, but news. Let me open that news up. Venco Ventures says Zash entered into definitive agreement to acquire majority controlling interest in Lomotiv. And that's just not the kind of news that I want to buy into. I don't think that can push up TikTok news. It's just an agreement. So would you buy into an agreement? What are they agreeing about? It'd be a different thing if it was like Tesla agreeing to, you know, buy one of these small little penny stocks. That's the agreement that I would like between big companies. But TikTok, doesn't really have my faith per se. Good morning to whoever has joined. You're on YouTube. Good morning to you. We're sitting here watching and waiting. Dropping off there, CTIB, which is why I didn't touch it. The news is horrible. Horrible news. All right. Wow, finally got that set up. Okay, that's nice. So I'll be able to see y'all's chats when y'all put them through. All right, so CTIB is the only one that is, let's see, how far has it moved down? All right, so shorts took this one for a ride. They jumped in here and just are destroying CTIB. Absolutely destroying. So we're looking for an obvious stock. Yesterday I was kind of, I wouldn't say stupid, but I was very slow not waiting for the obvious stock. We had about 5 stocks up and nothing was obvious to trade. So today, patience is my friend. And plus, again, I brought my trigger fingers today, so I will be taking profit. I'm not going to play around with these stocks. I'm taking profit, taking profit, taking profit. Because yesterday, I was up about 30, 35 bucks. Didn't take profit. And it was a red day. So, today will not be the same. And let me go ahead and check Charles Schwab down detector real quick to see if there's any issues over there. There's a few. Let's see if it'll update. Okay, no big issues, but there are issues with the website. Let me pull you guys over here. So over here, why isn't it popping up? There it is. All right, so over here on the site, there are little website issues, placing order issues, 30%, and then login issues. So I always come out here to check this to make sure that people aren't like, bro, it's not filling at all. This is the 23rd. Let me see. Where are the posts from today? I don't think anybody has wrote anything yet. Allow this site. Yeah, always allow. Here's okay. So this should update real quick. This is where the post will be. But right now, nothing is on the scanner anyway. So I'm just showing you guys this. 16 hours ago, my account balances keep shifting with each login. Yes, it was yesterday. I knew yesterday, I was like, there's got to be something going on because nothing was updating, nothing was going right. So so the last post was 16 hours ago, so nobody has complained today. So we're going to just take our time, take our time. Let me take you guys back over to Street Smart. And I am going to check on my login right quick. Street Smart. Man, this thing's down 12%. Not good, not good with no news. Thanks for the site. Yes, it's called the Down Detector. I use it with TD Ameritrade. You remember I was telling you that I lost that $150 when I got stuck in that whatever and lost $150, and I was like, I need to be in the know about these brokers. These free brokers, sometimes the paid brokers have issues, but free brokers almost have issues every single day. So you have to kind of manage the risk even outside of your trading. Manage your broker risk. It's all about the risk management. All right. So my account today is came in nicely. Doesn't look like any issues. So I think we're okay. But CTIB is definitely, see, this is what happens with no news stocks. Shorts, if I was a short, this would be the stock that I would be watching on the morning. I would immediately start, I don't even care if I go red. I would start shorting here for a move down on the day. I would be shorting right up here at the 440 area and just let it go. And that's pretty much what people have done. And they covered a little bit on this green bar right here, covered a little bit here, and now they're just letting it play down. CTIB, man, CTIB. But again, today is going to be a patient day. Yesterday, I did not wait for the obvious stock. But I won't make that mistake today. We get better every day, and I got my trigger fingers. See, with a cheap stock like this, I would like to take bigger shares, maybe like maybe 200 shares, but with no catalyst. Catalyst can kill you if there's no catalyst. A lot of people, they're like, you can trade technically on a stock with no catalyst. Yes, you can, but how strong would the move be? And I've traded with no catalyst with my strategy, and it doesn't work because it just fakes out. It'll go up, fake out, go up, fake out, go up, and it just kills me. So I've learned, look, with my strategy, the one that I've been using this past couple of weeks, it needs catalyst. The other strategies that I use, like the VWAP bounce and the taking of the 9 EMA, those strategies can be used for plays like this, where you don't have a catalyst and you're just using technical analysis, but you're gonna have to use some kind of indicator with no catalyst, or use support and resistance. Like the resistance up here is the 440s. It has fallen a full dollar away from that, and we'll see if this bottom here is support. But I'm not trying to buy here anyway because it looks like it's just gonna fade. It's already down 13% on the day. 13.68. And also, if you notice with my scanner, I don't have a million stocks in here. Only the stocks that are pretty much gonna be really strong are gonna pop in here. I don't want to see any weak stocks. I mean, weak stocks just take your money. I want to see strength. Oh, another thing. So since you're using Charles Schwab, we can actually go through some things here. With the news, we have a news box here, news at this time. If you want to open up your news, it's right here. You can go to your launch tools and then to your news right here. It'll open up a box like this. I have my news streamlined, but what you can do is you can open up this and select the date. So I'm looking at the last 2 weeks. I want to see that it has news within the last 2 weeks, and you can either type it in or press this little calendar button, and it'll allow this little pop-up for you to enter your new time period or whatever. And then they have a tab for breaking news, which is basically all of the stock market. Any news that pops out, it'll pop in here, right? So you can always use your news panel for things like this. And then you have news watch, which I mean, if you have a specific ticker, like if you wanted to watch news specifically for Tesla or specifically for some watch ticker, you can do that here as well. Then you have briefing.com, which is almost like the breaking news. Any news pops up in either of those two. But specifically for CTIB, I'll go back to this tab and I'm ready to go. And then I'll turn on my streamlined here and I'm ready to go. I know I'm trying to work on those videos, the tutorial videos on Charles Schwab, but I'm working on them. I'm getting them out, but I also have work to do on the other hand. So I can show you some here on the live as well. And if you have any questions, please pop them into the comment section and I can answer them. This one's not looking too good. Looking sick down there. Shorts are hammering it. Shorts covered right here, and then new shorts re-entered. Most of the time when you see a red candle that breaks the body under the VWAP, that's some new shorts re-entering. So they're holding their position, and where their stop out would be is at this 375 level. So they will enter on this bar right here and be looking for it to go lower. And probably the take profit for them is a 344 here, but they may just take half and let the other half play, because it's easy to get stopped out of a moving stock like, or a no news moving stock like this, because it's very low float. Float is 3 million here, so the stop out will be the 75 for shorts if they entered on this candle. If they entered on one of these, I don't even think I would enter on one of these. This would be the candle I would enter on. Let's see if they get stopped out. The reason I said the 75 is a breaking point is because this stock, even in pre-market, struggled at each $quarter level. So each $quarter level, I think it was a 425 right here, and then the 450s it struggled, and then the $4. So every $quarter level it struggled, and that's why I said it's got to break that 75 for it to be stopped out. So that's a little bit of going into pre-market and knowing what happened in the pre-market to understand what's happening out here now. So let's see, looking like it's forming a double top right there. Let's see if we can push through that double top. There it is. There's a little push there. Got up there to the 75, hit the 76. It's also hitting VWAP, so it's hitting two major points of resistance, and it's also below the 200 moving average, which is at the 390. So it's got three levels to break here. It's got a $quarter level of the 75, the VWAP at the 88, and then the 200 moving average. So that's a lot to push through, and shorts are seeing that, and they're going to short into that. And one day I'm going to start shorting, so I like to do these analysis from both sides, long and short, so that I can know where to short. And as you can see, look at this topping tail right up there, VWAP and that 75 area pushed back down. And now all we need to see is a break of this 360, and it's on its way down. 360, we're looking for a break of the 360 here. Bouncing up a little bit, that's not going to scare us. This is called a head and shoulders pattern. You got a shoulder here, and the head here. Now it just broke it. Looking for that break of that 60 down here though. It's below the 9 EMA on the 5 minute, and if it breaks that 60, it's going to be below the 9 EMA on the 1 minute. But it has no catalyst, so it could react either way. Could go ahead and get up here and break this high of the 80, but it's kind of battling with that 75 area right now. It needs to break the 80, break into the 80s. Getting a little push there. It's back up there trying to retest this area where all this resistance is. If it breaks that 200 moving average, it's probably going to go a little bit, but it may go and do a big pullback. It's one thing about not having a catalyst, people fear a lot, so they take profit a lot quicker on no catalyst stocks. especially big players that are, oh, actually, let me get rid of this so we can see the level 2s here. So big players are definitely going to be in and out. They'll take like 10,000 shares, 2,000 shares, 5,000 shares, and then when they leave, you get those big rips down. So let's look out here and see where the sellers are. Where are the bigger sellers? Okay, we got a big seller sitting here on the $4. So a $4 mark. And again, shorts probably added in this position. It retested and refailed here. So we're looking for the break of the 60 right here. Breakdown of the 60 as a short. It's trying to hold up that 9 EMA, but it has two topping tails, two consecutive topping tails. One red candle, which means that was just selling pressure, and then one green candle, which means the buyers tried but failed. So let's look here at the 360. It's getting bought up right there again. Buyers are trying to keep it up. Trying to get it over that 75. It continues to get pushed off of the 75 though. Looking for that break of the 60. Still, if I was a short, I would still be holding this because it's literally weak as water. And all it needs to do is break this previous low of the 63 to get to the 60. Looking real weak, real questionable here. Now my stop out would definitely be up in this area. That'll be the third test, and I would not be comfortable. I'd probably put the stop out at the 389 just to be safe, and I'll still just be holding full position size on a short. So there's a 363, 360, got down there, but it needs to break. Okay, it broke it, and now you just be on for the ride, and you'll see how many of these it can hold or break. Now I'll move my stop down to right here at the 374. It's the same strategy as going long. 374 is the stop out. Waiting for a breakdown here of the 350s. Get through that 350. All right, nice. Now I'll move. I would actually, I wouldn't move. I would just stay right here at the 375 here. 375. Because it has trouble every time it gets to a $0.25 level. So it's getting to that 350 there. And again, it's having trouble at that $0.25 level for the shorts. Want to see a little bit more movement downward. On the 5-minute, the low is the 344, so it needs to crash that 344, 345 area for a continued hold. And I would take half right here at the 344 break and just see what the rest does, just to get some profit out. Giving a little bounce right there, a little dead cat bounce. So at this point, I would definitely be taking off at least half. Yeah, the market is down today. The market is way down. Yesterday, there was so much fear, but now it's like the fear is just, I don't know. It's just super down. So that's why I'm being patient today with knowing that how yesterday moved. You can't just go and buy these stocks because it's just like we saw yesterday. We almost had to wait an hour before I think it was TAOP started popping. So a whole hour of fear before confidence came back in. So you kind of gotta. It's so much with technical analysis, man. You gotta. It's almost like, I don't know. It's like being a seller or a ship seller, and you gotta take in wind. You gotta take in how is the water moving. So many things to take in, and you gotta understand the emotions of people. So So at this point, I would take all my profit above this $1 level. I would just cover the whole thing. So I'll actually be out right there at the 360 because it looks like it's gonna pop through. So if it breaks that, what was the high of this? 360. So 361 would be the cover position. So did it stop me? No, it hasn't stopped me yet. But 361 will be a cover position where I'll be out. 359, 360. Okay, still did not get it. Still in. Because that 9, when it breaks the 9, it usually gives buyers confidence. And if you're in a short position and it broke that 9, you need to be thinking about getting out. But the other thing is it's still under the VWAP and under the 200 moving average. So I believe I'll be out right there. Let's see. Did that one get 61? Yep, that one got 61. I'll be out right there. Even if it continued down, I'll just stop out right there. But for the entry position was up here at the 70. So about a 10 cent, 12 cent gain right there on a short position. Depending on the size, that could be a very big gain. But one thing about trading penny stocks is that a lot of them don't follow the market. So even when the market is going down and there's a lot of fear in the larger caps, sometimes you find penny stocks that don't care. Like they'll still be going. But it's all about the patience. And again, this is the only stock here. Nothing else has met my criteria. So if this is the strongest stock on the day, that's bad. If that's the strongest stock on my scanner, that's not good. Let's see, are any sellers packing up in here? Let's see if there's any big sellers up here. Let's see, we got, and another thing with you have some software that allows you to spoof your selling orders. So sometimes looking at the level 2 isn't good enough. Sometimes you need to be able to analyze more than that, because someone can be using software to show their price or their order on the bid as 8. And this could be 8. It could be 8, like 8 literally, or it could be 800,000 shares. So you can actually pay for software to spoof your orders. And market makers actually look at the orders on the books, and if you paid that software or whatever to spoof your order, the market makers can sometimes even get confused. And it's a good way to make money from the market makers by paying to not show your real size if you're using very big size, very large size. And there are some spoofers out here, because I know there's no way there's five shares, 10 shares. People are slick, man. Slick. Wow. Other thing I don't like about this is it's barely moving. Like it's moving like 1 or 2 cents. So it's kind of hard to see when it's going to pop off. Let's see what happens on the break of the 75 here. It struggled with the 75 all that time. Popped through the 75 right there. Now what? Will it try to challenge the 200 moving average? It's back within that area. And like I said, I covered back here on the 61 break. Why? Because, you know, when it starts getting close to that 9, things like this can happen to you if you're short. But anyway, it didn't go that far on that breakout. 73 would have been the entry right there. So 73 up to the 79. That's not good. 73 to 79 is what? Like 6 cents? If you're taking 100,000 shares, maybe, but just not good. Now it's getting a little bit erratic. Now it's not following any kind of plan now. It's just going, which means it's about to get dangerous. All right, so it's pushing up to that 200 moving average, which is the 386. Let's see it crack that 386 and give a pullback. Can it pull back above the 200 moving average on no news? Right now, I couldn't even find a range for it right now. I guess the bottom is right here, the 345, and then the top would be somewhere up here, but I don't really know. The buyers look like they're getting a little bit more confident there, and they just crossed the 5-minute 9 EMA. Looks like it's going to give a little push. There's a push, but we're going to wait for a pullback, because again, this one doesn't have news, so it's going to have a lot of fakes. Last pullback is right here, the 360 level. So I'll put my support in here. Have a support down here to 346. Have a support down here at the 360s. And a small support right here at the 350s. And let me go back to the daily chart and look at the support resistance lines here. So it's at the 3. Let me make this bigger. Okay. So right now the stopping point was a 444. Don't like any of that. Starting to do a lot of fakes here. Getting wicks to the upside and the downside, which means this is about to get very hard for shorts and longs to trade. All right. Not looking too good on the 5-minute. Becoming failed the 9. The 9 is at the 375. It's got to hold up at 375. It's had problems every time it's gotten close to $0.25. Getting up a little bit. I guess what I would be waiting for on this one is complete separation, or not complete separation, but a complete red candle over the 9 is what I want to see for a quick profit. So, which it looks like is forming right now. If this can close red, top side of this would be the 81. So the top side is the 89. High of the 89 on the 5-minute. So back into the 90s. What we'll be looking for. 91, but now it's pressing down, pressing down. Can it stay fully above the 9? It's getting down there and touching that 9. Is it going to snap through the 70? Yep. That takes my faith away. That's the only way I would get in on this. It's got to completely separate, do a complete red candle above the 9, not contacting it. Not gonna play these games today. VWAP is at the 375 now, so it's struggling with VWAP. Has some new supports down here though. Support right there. Support right here. Oops, put a resistance in there. And we're gonna wait to see if it can get a 1 minute candle completely above the 9. That's what I'm looking for a nice pop through all of this, because it's just consolidating in this level. See if it can, now it's separated from the 9, so let's see if it can get a pullback here. Woo, things getting hot and heavy. So it's getting up there. See this nice pullback. Now that it's separated from this 9, I'm ready to go. But we got to see a pullback. This is just emotional buying right here. Very emotional buying. All this time it's been fighting for change. Wait for this nice pullback. It's got about 15 seconds left on this candle. Now it's pushing through $quarter levels. Okay, that's scary. Now it definitely has to pull back. Look how much extension is on that. Okay, so now the top of this is a 434. The high right here, it's like the 441, 450s. So the most that it can go is up to the 450s, and then I need to exit. It's got 30 seconds left on this candle. I'm not buying because it didn't do the pullback that I want to see. It's got to close this red. Now it just did a double top. I do not like that. It's got to break that double top now. Double top is at the 440s. So the 440 is my entry. 441. That way it'll break that double top. And let me switch over to my regular market buy, and I'll be ready to go. I'll buy 441 here, 100 shares. Wait, oh my goodness, and enter with a limit. Enter with the limit. Okay, I'm already in. The low here is a 417. I didn't know it was already entering. I forgot to switch this to a stop. So 417, I'm gonna have to get out. I did not mean to buy that early. In my positions, let's see if it's actually updating today. 417. I did not mean to get in there, but I'm in, and 417 is the out. I'm gonna start popping some off there. Looking to pop off, popping some off there, popping some off there. 85 shares left. Popping, popping. Pop a little bit more there. 50 shares left. All right, I'm all out right there. All right, so that was how much did I gain? $29 right there. $29. Like I said, I brought my trigger fingers to the game today, baby. Trigger fingers in the game, son. Nice, nice. $29. Gained everything I lost back from yesterday, basically. So we still got money. We're gonna let this thing pull back again. Trigger fingers ready, baby. Let's get it. Waiting for a pullback here. Remember, it has no news, so it could be sporadic. We have to take very quickly. All right, where is our next entry on this? Looking for another pullback here. Got to give us a pullback. Maybe a bit larger pullback than we think. Brought the trigger fingers out today, baby. 30 bucks quick. All right, so the high here is the 478, so I'm looking for a 481 buy. It's giving us a little downward movement. Let's see how far it's going to go down. It is above the 9. Remember, that's what I was looking for, something to completely separate from that 9. And hey, they emotionally bought, so I was there for that one. We in the game today. All right, so let's actually size down to 50 shares because I don't really trust this anymore. I don't want to risk too much. The high is the 478. We're gonna let this candle close up to see what it wants to do. Even if it pushes out, that's just too bad. We're gonna have to wait till this candle closes to kind of analyze where it is. The high of this one was the 460, so 461. But it's gotta close first. Let's let this one close. 461 is my new buy spot. Needs to close. Come on. All right, 461. I'll be in, and this is my new low here. So high of 454. All right. Got a nice little pop there. The low here is a 445. 445. Okay. Get a nice little pop. Took some there. Took some there. Okay, 70s. Took some there. Woo, that was a nice little dip, wasn't it? Took some there. It's not calculating my my profits, so I'm just taking and getting on out. Okay, and I'll close all there. All right. Let's see. Can we get another push? No, we cannot. Starting to scare me. I'm all out. I'm all out right there, buddy. All out. So it's, look at this. Not even updating my trades in here. So I'm up. See, it hasn't even updated my. See, I'm up $29. It hasn't even added in the next winnings that I just got. So it's very slow today. So be careful. It's not really feeling like it should. I have $427 left, so I do know that the orders went through because my settled trade or my traded cash got taken. So I do know that it did do something. But anyway, I do know I'm up over $30. It's just not updating. Yesterday it took it about to 10, or when did I go off stream? I went off stream at like 10:30, 10:40ish. It actually updated around maybe 11 something when I was making the recap video. So 11:30 was when it updated. But we'll see. Again, trading a stock with no news here. Got a little bounce there. New high is the fifth. Well, it went without me. That was the pullback though. So this is the entry spot, the 65. 65, and I'll size down for this one, 66. And size down to 25 shares now. And I'll buy that 66. And the low here is the 45. 45 level. So we'll see if it can push. Getting a little push there. Nice push out. Oh, I missed that exit. Okay, exited there a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and exit and get all the way out. Okay, it did get. I got 5 shares left. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take off. There we go. Nice. Let me see if it updated then. Okay, so it did update. Let's see. Realized gains and losses has not updated that yet. Anyway, so it's starting to get a little choppy. I'm just taking profit where I can. Got $311 left. Brought my trigger fingers to play today, baby. This is not a game. Not a game. Alright, so the top side of this is the 4. High is the 485. I am sizing down into these. This is separated from, let's see, the high. 485 is my buy spot. So I'll buy 486 and be ready to exit very quickly. Let's see you go. 486. Got to break that high. And I've already sized down, so I'm not too worried. Okay, nice. This may be nice. Okay. Let's see you go, buddy. Go. Don't play. Alright, the bottom of this is a 62. I'll be out at the 62. This may be a red trade right here. Sell. Oh, did I get out? I did not get out. I need to get out. All right, so I got all out right there. Had to get out right there. That one kind of went down on me, but I don't think I lost that much. Holy God, I did lose that much. Oh well, still up 25 bucks. I was looking for a little bit more, but I guess I was kind of FOMOing in there. Still up on the day, whatever. Made back what I lost yesterday. So I'm not gonna FOMO in. Let's just be patient now. About to lose all my money. 25 shares. How did I lose that much on 25 shares? I bought at the 85, 86 level, and it dropped down 20 cents. So 20 cents on 25 shares shouldn't have been that much. $0.20 on 20 shares. Let me see. 25 shares times 20 cents is $5. Okay, yeah, it was that much. Never mind. Never mind. They are right. I am wrong. And it is still not updating out here. Transactions. Okay, there's my transactions have updated. Realized gains and losses have not updated though. Whatever. Waiting for it to reset up. It is trying to hold a little bit. Top of this high is a 463, so I'll take a bit. I'll take it one at that one. 463 break, and let the low be right here. The low here is the 49. Okay, it did break the 9 there. I don't like that. I'll cancel that order. I was going to take a little bit of a punch up there, but now it looks like we're going to have to just take a VWAP bounce once it gets down there. That'll be the next indicator that it's coming to. Got $189 left, so I need to make sure I can take 25 shares. That's a dead cat bounce right there. Don't get faked out by that green, because that's definitely a dead cat bounce. It's got to hold up this bottom here of the 40s or the 38. And let me see how many shares I can get of this now. Pop my little calculator out. 189 divided by, where will my next entry be? Maybe the 75. Where is this? This is the 60s, the 70s. I told y'all that was a fake. I told you that was a fake. Hopefully you did not buy right there. That was a fake. But anyway, 89 divided by, let's say 450. Maybe, or actually, where's the VWAP? VWAP is 414. 414, so I can get 45 shares of this stock. So we'll see. Looks like it's forming a new bottom here. Maybe, if it can stay above the 38s. Still not a good, not any kind of indication that we need to buy. I'm looking for it to get down here to this VWAP here. It is above VWAP and a 200 moving average. It is in a 5-minute descending candle wick. Has 3 topping tails here. And as you can see, I cut my losses fast today. No kind of waiting around, all that. Nope. Getting out. Yesterday I was up 30 bucks. Could have had 60 bucks, close to 70 bucks on these 2 trading days. But I'm going to have to bring my trigger fingers every single day. Every single day. I can't leave them at home anymore. I'd like to take one more trade on this one though. It's 917. It's the only thing on my scanner. Getting a little bounce right there. I don't trust this bounce because it broke the previous. This was a lower low, so I don't trust this bounce just yet. It's got to make a higher low after this bounce. A red candle, I mean. That's what we're looking for. But it did exactly what I said I needed it to do right here. That was beautiful. Did exactly. I said I wanted a red candle pullback away from the 9. Got it. Got that bump. Got out. Then got a little bit more here. So, nice trades. Let's see if it's updated yet. Still has not started updating. Nope. Very slow, man. Very slow. Because usually when I'm in a position, you'll be able to see how many cents I'm up. And I use that to exit 10 cents. So I see 10 cents over here. Exit, exit, exit. And that's how I do it. But today I was just exiting on like using this little scale right here. Alright, so it did make a higher low right there. I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, it went up before. That's exactly where I wanted to buy. Alright, so that's a little double top there at the 55. I'm looking at the 56 for a buy. 56. Oh my gosh. Calm down, dude. Get down, bro. Alright, so new entry. Looking like the high of the 61. Calm down. I'm waiting for this candle to close before I put that order out there because it may get too extended here. But I'm looking for a 61 break. Once this candle closes, I'm going to put it out there. Wow. This is why we wait for closing. So 61 is where I want to be in. But now look at it. Patience. 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 I let this dead cat bounce after this 3-bar red. Dead cat bounce, got all of the people in that had their stops out there, and then we got the downward movement. Now it's closer to the VWAP, or getting closer to the VWAP, so I would like to see a VWAP bounce down here and just buy over the first 1 minute candle to get a new high. But we will see. That's crazy, man. I went and worked super hard yesterday making that money back that I lost in the market, and then to come in here today and just make it back so quickly. But I'm not complaining. Money is money. And the strategy, okay, this is what I wanted to see. So the high of this is a 45. Oh my Jesus. All right, so the 61 is where I'm looking at. The 61 break is where I'll get in. The low of this is the 39. Let's see what kind of, I want to see it break this 60 level. Get back into the 60s. High of the 68. Okay, getting up there. The low of this is the 439, which is where I'll be getting out. Getting up there. Or I might just go ahead and take quick profit. 50. 439, I'm gonna have to get out. Let it go ahead and get me in here. Go ahead, get me in. Taking a little bit of time there. I don't like that. So I'm going to have to, I don't want to cancel this order because it's a very good placement. But this is the new low here. The low is a 46. 46 for an out. Okay, got me in there. And I'll be out at the 46. I want to see this thing push a little bit more and I'll start taking off profit. Okay. The high up here is the 88. 88. So I'm going to start taking off here. Right. So I took some there. Took some there. 15 shares left. Took some there at the 85. And can we get one more thrust up? If it gets weak now, okay, I'm taking. Playing around. I got 5 shares left, so it looks like if it drops below the 80s again, I'm out. Okay, there it is. I'm out there. I don't like the way it's playing around right there. It may continue to go though. Maybe I should have held. Double top right there. Ooh, 490s. Got $74 left. 491 is where we want to see it go again. I do 5 shares. I'm running out of money. 491 on a breakout. if it can get back up there, and I'll take quick profits. It's only 5 shares, so just what's the low of this? Low of the 472. And I can do one more 91 buy. Ugh, got me in there. The low here is the 472, so that's where I'll be out. 472 on 5 shares. If it wants to get me out, you go ahead and do you, bro. But I will be taking, see, it's still not calculating out here. I should see my entry here. 490s. New low here is the 91 where my entry was. 91 for that low. Will it get bought up here? Or will it just stop me? I only got 5 shares, so whatever you want to do. The high of this is the 98. 498 will be another entry. I'll add 5 shares up there on that break. Let's see what it wants to do. If it wants to break down, hey, so be it. But I will be taking profit over the top of this. Looking for that $5 break. See if it can close up nicely. Do I have enough for one more buy? I believe I do. I'm gonna do one more buy up there at the 98. See if it can blast through that $5 level. Okay, I am in, and immediately the low here is the 76. So 75 is my out. Ooh, I need to get that in there. 75, it wants to break down, get me out. Yep, got me out right there. I am okay with that. That was the last trade. Yeah, I got in at 460 with 50 shares sold. Okay, yep, yes. 460 with 50 shares sold, 25, 472, and 25 at 475. Yep, nice trade. So, you know, with these with no kind of catalyst, they're very weak at the top. So $5, if it's been struggling with 25 or $quarter moves, that $5 resistance is big mental resistance. And I really probably shouldn't have added up there, but it's whatever. I'm still green on the day. I'll take my little $26 and walk. And I'm going to have to walk because it looks like I let me see if I got anything left. Nope, I probably overstepped today into my other account, maybe. Let me see. Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see tomorrow, but whatever. As you can see, the strategy that I use with the playing that 9 moving average, it works. Even on stocks without catalyst. So that was the mover on today. And it's only 926. So, you know, didn't risk that much. Made my money back plus some from yesterday. So I am now green on the year, green on the month, and green on the week. And that's why I said yesterday that $20 didn't matter, because on my winning days I take home the paper. The paper, especially when I size up to like 200 shares, but I didn't want to do that on this one because of no catalyst. Take 200 shares on this one, you're crazy. Crazy, unless you have a direct broker, direct access where you can get out really quick. But yeah, I'm done trading. I might have pushed into my other account today, but we'll see tomorrow. Like I said, it's the only thing. And what I wanted my scanner to do, a lot of times I get FOMO. When I see like 30 stocks up here floating around, I'm like, oh my goodness, all of them look good. But with my scanner, it helps me with my FOMO. It helps me to narrow down what is actually obvious. So that's why I like using my scanner. And I only trade pretty much what's on my scanner. Now, if you guys see something that's interesting out there, you can drop it in the chat and we can look at it. But usually I try to stick to my scanner and stick to my rules. Because, hey, today's a green day because of that. And this was the only, we didn't have to worry about any other stock distorting our visuals or causing us to FOMO into something. Now I did FOMO on this stock, but it was managed FOMO. So and we were on the right stock, so that's all that matters. But now this stock is probably about to lose its life. Has no news. Has a previous low of the 420s. So if it breaks this 420 down, it's over. 420 is it. But I guess I can continue with the analysis. So it did form a low here. Still not trusting it. This is the dead cat bounce move. Can you go over your criteria again? Yeah. Got you. All right, so in my scanner, let me make it big. And it's streamlined right now. Bring it out of streamline. So here are my criteria, if it'll pull it up. Okay, so I'm looking for a market cap, small caps, and I'm looking for the last trade to be greater than $1. Looking for the volume to be around that 3 million area. Sometimes I miss out on a lot of opportunities because there are some that are lower volume movers that move really big. But for me, I don't have direct access. So with a low volume mover, I can't get in and out very, very quickly. And so I kind of strayed away from those that have low volume. And the next thing is the outstanding shares. Now this is dependent on the person, because really anything under, if you're trading small caps, anything under 100 million here, which would be this right here, this right there, is something that can give you very good moves, right? But I focus in on the most dangerous stocks. So I focus in on things that are given that have like what is it, 200? I believe it's 200 or something like that. So let's just look at what's out here on this 100. I believe I put that in right. Let's see, results. We have this one that has a larger share outstanding, but it is under the 100. It's probably moving as well. But I like the most dangerous stocks. So because the most dangerous, the more danger that you have, the greater the profit. So that's what I'm looking at. Now you can say, well, you're crazy. You're trading stocks that are like super volatile. Well, yes, but I could take 5 shares and make $10. You know, that's the difference. You don't have to use a lot of size down on the most dangerous stocks. But anyway, let me see. I think it should be 200. Let's see if it goes back to 1. Nope. Maybe it should be this. Maybe 4 zeros. Yeah, that's it. 4 zeros. So this is what I focus on. Outstanding shares under 20. But it is very risky. It's even more risky than the regular trading with the larger caps. The next thing is the percent change on a day. I really like to see very volatile stocks, maybe above. Sometimes if the market gets slow, I'll change this down to 10. I want to see things moving, that anything that pops over 10%, I want to see it. But that's something that you have to adjust as time goes, because if the market slows, I will need to decrease this number from 20 to maybe like 10, because those stocks, I'll need to see them a lot earlier. The next thing is the change from open. The change from open really doesn't change anything. I just don't want to see anything that has dropped 20% on the day. So if it's up, let's say it's up 150% and it drops 20%, I'm done with it. I don't even want to see it. So it'll disappear from my scanner. But yeah, that's my scanner. If you have any more questions, let me know. And I'll put that back in the streamline. And as you can see, that one stock, the one stock we made money on today. And this is just how it was the other day with TAOP. If I would have just been patient, that's the thing. Patience on a Monday morning. Could not be patient for anything. Anyway, this is coming to a VWAP bounce right here. But it is under the 9 EMA. The 9 EMA needs to get a little bit lower for the VWAP bounce. And it's also below the 9 EMA on the 5-minute. So I probably wouldn't trade this one. It's probably going to go ahead and drop. What else did I need to go over? We went over the scanner. CT. And you've seen me work the all-in-one, which I need to do a video on the all-in-one. I only use the all-in-one for stock trading, but you can use it for stocks, options. You can use it for ETFs. You can use it for so many things. But me personally, I only trade stocks, so that's all I have up here. I don't usually look at these. I don't know why these are. I don't know why I still have these up here. I usually don't even look at these, but I have them up here just to see bid size. It's the same as what's going on right here, right in here. And a big buyer just jumped in there with 10,000 shares. So that doesn't mean to buy though. We're still under the 9. We're well away from the 9. So actually shorts, if you were going to short, you would actually add to your short position right here at the 450 around this 9, because we're on the backside of the move now. And so that's what I believe they're going to do. If I'm a short, I'm waiting for it to hit, get back up here and test the 450 level. And I will get in maybe with 50 shares or 100 shares. Waiting for it to test this 9. Nine is right now at the 449. So I wouldn't even got in right there. Missed that short position. And it's going to push down. Let's see if it'll crack that 25. Having more problems with the 25. So now another short. Put my short out there at the, what is it? The 467. Is that right? Okay, 444. See, this is updating very slowly. Sometimes if you wanted to re-update, all you do is click it, make it go away, and click it back again, and it'll update it. Because I saw 467. I'm like, how is it at 467 when it's below 450? But anyway, so the short entry now would be the 452, a starter position. But it doesn't look like it's going to get up there. Yep, missed that short. Missed that one. It's 9:35. I'll go. I'm gonna shut it down at 10, but I'll continue running the scanner for now, and we'll see what happens by 10 o'clock. If nothing's happening by 10 o'clock, I'll just cut the stream, and we'll be back tomorrow morning. I did open up today's stream very early at 7 o'clock because I saw CTIB moving. And BBGI, I believe BBIG was moving earlier in pre-market. I thought I would be able to take some pre-market trades, but that failed miserably. Let me look where BBGI is now. BBIG, I mean. Yep, faded. So it was making big moves up here, and I was like, ooh, I might need to trade. And then all of a sudden, got that nice failure. So I don't know. Should I stick to the thing is, some days I miss what's happening in the pre-market because I'm waiting to the open. Then some days I miss what's in the open because I've used all my equity in the pre-market. So I think the problem, what will solve all of my problems, is just a bigger account. Continue to grow this account and be able to trade both the open and the pre-market. But took a nice little green day today. Want to make the rest of this week very good. I would like to be closing up every week with about $200 to $300, and that would take, let me see, what would I need to make per day? So let's see, 5-day week, 5-day trading week. If I made, let's say, $40 in those 5 days, well, that'll put me at $200 if I made $40 a day. And let's see, if I made $50 a day, that'll put me in a little bit better position. So that'll put me at $250 per week. So that's where I want to aim, about that $50 per day, because last year it took me so long to find a strategy. I never really got to the point where I was like making plans like, what do I want to make in a week? I was like, the only plans that I had was like, let me please not be emotional on this trade. So that's what the problem was last year. But this year, all green across the board. All green, baby, all green. And when I do have a red day, I make it back so quick now, it doesn't even really affect me. I'm like, and lose 20 bucks, lose 30 bucks. I'm like, I know I'm gonna make that back. What I don't want to do is be losing 100 bucks, 200 bucks. And that's why I cut my losses. On that 25 shares, I don't hold anymore. It's just too dangerous. This thing's got so much volume pouring through it. It's got what? 104,000. Or wait, is that million? No, that's 104 million shares traded. I'm tripping. That's what we like to see. We like to see that people are interested. But as I get better, if I get a better broker and get the direct access, I will be trading lower volume stocks. But for right now with Charles Schwab, just not the time for that. Just not the time for that. You know what would be bad that I was just thinking about? If these positions aren't updating. Let me see. Realized gains and losses. Has it updated yet? There it is. There's my real. Look at this. Finally updated. So let's look through my realized gains and losses here. Okay. So and these are all the sales. It finally updated. You see how long that took to update? It's 9:40. This should have updated as the transactions was happening. That's how it usually updates, but very slow today. So let's look at the biggest gainer percent, or so the biggest takeoff that I did was 35 cents in the green, 34, 28, 28, 28. And then if you look at my losses, remember, I keep my losses small. Now on that 15 shares that I took, I let it run against me a little bit more than I probably should have. And on that 25 also, but those are smaller share sizes. And sometimes I get kind of lackadaisical with smaller share sizes, but not with the big ones though. If I take a big share size, I'm trying to get out. But I did keep it within my around my plan. Of course, there was some slippage here, probably about 3 cents of slippage. So the actual stop was about 17 cents. And on this one, it was probably about 20 cents. Just a little bit of slippage right there. But yeah, nice day. A lot of green exits. And these are all of the exits. You can actually press this little drop down here to actually see. This is what should have showed up when I entered the trade. 433, my entry position, but it didn't. And then proceeds per share, whatever. So I got in cost average here of the 433, got out at the 468. Realized P&L was at $8 and whatever. That was 7% gain on that. So you know, this is what should have updated, but it didn't. And now I'm guessing I go to my transactions and see how many actual buys that I did today. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 buys today. Nice. Got in, got out. I didn't even know I took a 100 share position. I guess I did on one of those. And a lot of selling. You always want to see way more selling than buying, because if the selling is short, that means you probably got stopped out and you wasn't able to take a lot of profit. But yeah, it finally updated. So this is the actual green day today, $26. So it's done updating now. So that'll let that do its thing. But yeah, that's the day. Let's go back and look at what's going on out here. Still fading. It's the only thing on my scanner still. Shorts are having their way with it now. Finally updated after an almost an market open at 8:30. It's 9:43 right now, or it's 10:43 Eastern. So man, it took almost an hour for it to update. That is a long time. I'm glad that it actually filled my orders, because that would have been really bad if I tried to exit and it didn't. Going down there, if it breaks this 200, you already know it's sayonara. That 200 moving average right there. It broke it right here. Broke it big. Can I see all your your all-in-one trade tool settings? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so you mean the hotkeys or what? Hotkeys or the trade ticket settings, or which one of these? Or can you even see this? Can you see this little tab that I have open right now? You may or may not be able to see it. I'm actually scrolling on it right now. Can you see it? No, okay. All right, so what I'm gonna have to do, give me 1 second, cause what it is how I have my stream set up. You're only seeing this screen right here, but you're not seeing my anything else that I do. So let me go and see if I can make another one real quick so I can show you another scene real quick. Hopefully I can. Alright, so we'll call it full screen. And wait, I didn't want you to enter that. Okay, let me enter my other mode so y'all can be okay over there while I work on this. Okay, full screen. No, don't want that. Audio capture. Okay, there it is. Got it. Okay. So that should do it. Okay, so that should fix everything, maybe. Move that down, make it a little bit smaller. Gee whiz, this thing's zoomed in so much. What in the world? Okay. Full screen, that should do it. Video capture, window capture. Alright, so let's get over to this one and let me know if you can see this. Hopefully you can. I'm gonna go ahead and swap over to it. You should be able to see my full screen now. Let me know if you can see this this pop-up that I have up here. Can you see this pop-up? I'm on it right now. It says hotkeys, create alert for CTBI, view news. Can you see that yet? Okay, cool. All right, it worked. Praise the Lord. Oh, look at something else is popping up there on the scanner. Oh well. So trade ticket settings. Let's go ahead and go into that. Trade ticket settings is we have a couple of settings here. order verification before placing order. Usually as a day trader, you don't want verification, because basically what that's going to do is every time you try to buy or sell, it's going to say, well, do you really want to do that? And sometimes you don't have time for that. So I leave that unchecked. Order action selection. I usually just, I think, what do I have here? Use trade ticket with order actions menu. It looks like it's just blanked out. I don't know why. Use trade ticket. Oh, that's why, because I selected the other option. So use trade ticket with order action buttons, abbreviated buttons. So I actually, these buttons here, over here, are abbreviated. Like special condition are abbreviated. What else is abbreviated? I don't see anything right now. I believe some of these are also abbreviated as well, but I like to keep everything kind of scrunched in here so I can manage my screen very, very efficiently. Next thing is the multi-leg, and that's for options trading, where you can actually hedge your position. So let's say if you get into a stock like Tesla, you actually buy the stock, but you want to hedge your position if the stock goes down. Like let's say if you go long Tesla, but it goes down, you can actually add an option contract to hedge that position. So that's what that's talking about. Multi-leg options default order price is at the midpoint or at the bid and ask. So that's basically where is the default order price. The bid and the ask up here is the 414, 414, or they may actually be talking about the option itself, bid and the ask, because those are a different bid and ask than the actual stock. Price increment. So when you use your arrow keys out here, let me exit this real quick. When you use your arrow keys here, like on your keyboard, if you use your arrow keys, the increment. So you see this one's going up 1 or 12, 16 or whatever. And if I use the up and the down, it's the same thing, same increment, one level increments. Let me pull that back up, and you can change that right in your trade ticket settings. Okay, so that increment right there, instead of doing 1, you can change it to 10, 5, whatever you want to in this increment price button. The other thing is the cancel button. So what does the cancel button do? Does it cancel the last submitted order for current symbol, or does it cancel all equity orders for the current symbol? Mine cancels all. You can actually set it to cancel the last thing that you put in, especially if you do multiple entries. So let's say if you had like 3 exits already out there and you didn't want to cancel them all, you only wanted to cancel the last one you put out there, then that's what that would be good for. The next thing is notifications. So on your notifications, how you can actually set up your notifications when it has news. Like if a stock gets news or is getting news throughout the day, you can set up a sound for that notification. I don't really care about sounds. With most of these penny stocks, their news is bad anyway, so I don't really focus too much on that. If you're trading higher caps though, like Tesla or something where actual good news or big news is coming out, you may want to set a specific sound for that. Equity hotkeys, my hotkeys. So my hotkeys are set up here, and I'll be making a video, a shorter video than a live stream to explain all this. But here are my hotkeys. I have hotkeys to sell 5, sell 25, sell quarters, sell 50 shares, sell 100 shares or buy 100 shares, sell and buy 100 shares, to close all. So a lot of times when you hear me say I'm getting all out, I'm hitting what I call my panic key. So it's going to close everything no matter what, just close it all. And then I have a control N for canceling orders. So instead of having to press this button, I could just cancel from my hotkeys. And I'm about to go through all this down here, but buying 200, 300 shares, have those hotkeys in there, and then I have some pre-market hotkeys as well. So with each hotkey, you have to enter a specific keystroke. So what combination of keys is going to do the action that you want? You need to set this to something that you won't hit by accident. Okay, because when you're on your live trade, I'm telling you, accidentally trading is the worst thing you can do. First of all, most of the times you don't know that you did it. And so when you do look at it, if you don't have this positions box up here where you can see your positions, that thing can be going all day without you even knowing it. So it needs to be something that you won't hit by accident. The next thing is the action type. So what kind of action do you want this thing to do when you hit it? Do you want it to load a specific quantity in the let me move this to the side a little bit. Okay, you can actually have it load a specific quantity in here. So let's say if you wanted to load 100 shares in there, you can make a hotkey to do that. If you wanted to have a pop-up execute dialog, which means it's going to ask you, hey, this thing is about to execute. Do you want that to happen? That's all that means. Or you can load order parameters. So you can actually specify all order parameters, not just the quantity, but everything. So you can do the venue, you can do the order type, the stop price, the timing, all of that with one push of a button or a combination of buttons. So instead of just the quantity, you'll be able to hit a hotkey. Let's say if you're trading pre-market, and then you switch over to you're trading 100 shares pre-market, and now you want to switch over to regular market or smart without having to like press any buttons. You can set up a hotkey to switch you over. Okay. The next thing, quantity. Again, you already know the quantity that you can set up for a hotkey, whatever quantity you want to trade for the button. The type, limit order, market order, stop order. If you're doing pre-market, it's only going to allow you to set up limit orders. If you're doing market orders, market orders are probably the market orders will fill you anyway. They when you try to buy market, it's going to fill you wherever it can. Okay, stop orders. Of course, you've seen me use stop orders a bunch of times now, but you can actually set stop orders. I don't have any stop orders. I usually just set up my own stop orders manually over here. When I put my stop in or whatever, and that just works for me. I'm comfortable with doing that, but I could have hotkeys to set up a stop order. So let's say if I wanted to stop out, let's say if I only wanted a 10-cent loss, I can set up a hotkey to enter that 10-cent stop or whatever, to enter that stop without me having to go through the process of typing it in and doing all of that other stuff. So you can do that. The next thing is the limit price. So we have our limit price inside ask, inside bid here, which means do I want to buy close to this inside bid or this inside ask? And what it means by inside is the price action that's going on in between the bid and the ask. So you may see here 413, but in between there are a lot of smaller decimals that are not accounted for on the level 2. So that's what that's going to help you accomplish. Either you can trade inside ask, inside bid. Also, if you're doing selling, you can choose to sell at the ask or you can choose to sell at the bid, whichever one is the one that goes with your trade plan. Okay, hold up, let me take a breath. All right, back at it. So delta, what is delta? Delta is going to be your it's going to allow you to sometimes fields are very slow, right? And what your delta is going to do is say, well, if you can't fill me at the inside ask or at the inside bid, I will give you the option of maybe 3 cents below or 3 cents above if you can't fill me at that certain price. Because you got to remember, you don't have direct access with the you don't have direct access with Charles Schwab broker. So sometimes you need to put a little delta in there, or you may not get filled. So you can put as much delta as you want above or below the price, depending on the price action. Okay. All right. So peg difference, I don't even use that. I don't even worry about the peg difference. Max floor, don't use that. I'm pretty sure you have to. What do you need to do for the max floor? I believe it's a certain quantity that you have to have for some of these to. Okay, and this is another thing I forgot to say. Minimum quantity. So let's say that you don't get filled. Let's say that you put in an order for 2,000 shares. What is the minimum quantity that you will take? Let's say if I want to put in an order for 2,000 shares, but it doesn't go through, I can put in a minimum quantity of 1,000. So it's at least going to give me that 1,000. Okay, even if it's struggling to fill the rest, at least give me the 1,000. All right. We went over the type, limit price, delta, peg difference, max floor, time in force, day, good till close, fill or kill. FOK is fill or kill. So if it can't fill the 2,000, don't fill anything. Is basically what it means. If you can't give me all 2,000, don't give me anything. All right. Oh, what does A and O mean? I never use A and O, so I don't have it on the top of my head. Of course, this is a live stream. I didn't research any of this. I'm just flipping over and just going through it. But brackets, profit exits, if you want to take profit, let's say if you want every 10 cents, you want to set up a bracket that's going to take profit at 10 cents. You can do that. Trailing stop, let's say if you're following the price by 10 cents or 20 cents, you can set up a hotkey for that. If you want to do a stop loss, that'll let you put a stop loss in below. Let's say if you want a stop loss at 20 cents, if it goes down 20 cents, give me out. You can do all of that with hotkeys. Now this is a major reason that I switched from TD Ameritrade to Charles Schwab, because of the amount of detail in the hotkeys. Major reason. I don't even care about the broker issues. The hotkeys made me kind of be like, yo, let me get over here, because these hotkeys really help. Now I do understand that there are better hotkeys in paid services, but for a free broker to have all of this detail in their hotkeys, man, I'm like, bro, let's get it. But anyway, those are the hotkey setups. Hotkey, you can always disable all. So if you don't want to use hotkeys, or you want to make sure you don't hit them by accident, you can disable all. You can, if you disable, you can always enable all. I think I did everything right here. Okay, order quantity. So let's move on to the order quantity. What is a default quantity that you want in your all-in-one? So you can actually use a default quantity. You can turn this on and say, hey, I want a default quantity of 100 shares every time. So you don't have to worry about typing in 100 shares. But me, I put mine on the last entered. So if I did enter 200 shares here, it'll remember that 200 shares for the next entry or whatever. Maximum equity order quantity you can submit a new order for. So you can actually limit yourself. Let's say if you have a real problem with sizing, you can limit the size that you can actually take. So if let's say if you set this to 100 shares, it'll only allow you to do that 100 shares, right? Now you can get bold if you want to. See, this setting will only affect the quantity for new equity orders submissions. It will not affect the quantity field for the following closed position hotkeys. So your hotkeys will still be the same. It will not affect save orders, resubmit orders, conditional orders, or change orders. It'll only affect what you have right here in the all-in-one that you manually put in. It'll limit you to that 100 shares. But if you have a hotkey that is set to 500 shares, guess what? It's still gonna work. So don't hit that hotkey. Okay, so conditional orders. So conditional orders, are kind of like the stop limit buy or the stop limit sell, where a condition has to be met before a order gets put into the queue. So let's say if the order drops, let's say the order drops like to a certain price level, and now it's going to put in that next order that needs to be filled. Limit buy, limit sell, whatever needs to be done. But this is saying expiration date, expiration range on that. So how long do you want a conditional order to sit out there? It could be for a day. It can be for a max of 180 days. Okay, commissions. Oh, we don't have to worry about commissions. But you can include the commissions in your order costs or proceeds. Like, let's say if you want to practice with Charles Schwab for another broker. Let's say if you're going to use Lightspeed or what else? Centerpoint or DOS Trader or some kind of paid broker. You can actually use this to kind of estimate how the pricing would be with those brokers. So it's kind of like a practice for those brokers. Okay, so we went over all of the trading. The news, we hit up the news. Is already got all the news that you will need selected. The only thing that it doesn't have selected here are Forex news outlets. Option chains, it's already got all that you would need for the options. You just leave those if you're going to trade options. Account, how is your P&L going to calculate? Will it calculate off of the close? Will it calculate off of the open? Wait a minute. Is this why my thing wasn't? No. Okay. No, it should still be calculating. All right. Midpoint. So we got my calculating position day on the close. So that means at the close of each day, if you're holding stocks, it'll recalculate based on that previous close. Options, calculate options pricing for P&L calcs. So using midpoint, using bid and ask. This is option stuff. I'm a stock trader, so maybe if I read up on that, maybe I'll know a little bit more about it. Update equity profit and loss during after hours. If you're going to trade after hours, this would be good to have on if you trade after hours. If you don't have to worry about it. Global settings. So you see these indices up here. You can actually change those indices in these boxes. That's how they get up there. I have mine specifically set to watch the SPY and these other two. I haven't really looked at these other two a lot because I've been trading penny stocks, and penny stocks usually don't care about these. Out here, looks like CTIB is trying to come back up. SNSS has also popped onto the scanner. But yeah, everything else, the refresh rate, depending on how your CPU is, if it's slow, you may need to slow down this refresh rate. Automatically save loadout, or I'm thinking about Call of Duty, save loadout. All right, automatically save layout and settings. Inactivity log out after 1 hour. You can always change the inactivity log out. And when a new message arrives, like let's say Charles Schwab sends you a message like, hey, the broker's having real issues right now. You can show that in your system tray, but it'll always be here. So you can, and they actually sent some news. I'll go and look at that after this. Symbol autocomplete. So when you type in your symbols in these boxes, it'll autocomplete them. Or give you some suggestions, like a drop down suggestion. Okay, animations, change background color of grid cells to show tick direction. It's already doing that, so I don't want to uncheck that. I want to know which direction the ticks are going. Display themes, you can always change to your dark theme, but I prefer the light theme, which is weird because in every other thing that I use a dark theme, but I prefer the light theme to this. The dark theme just doesn't just doesn't go well with me. The sounds, if it'll select it, you can actually have sounds for your when you get filled, when you enter an order, when you log out, when you log in, or when you cancel an order. Okay, you can just select a sound from your computer or from the default sounds that they have, and you can do that. If you want to play a preview, you can play the preview. Stop button right there. Preferences. Consent to share data with Charles Schwab. You can actually allow them to monitor your system data if you're having problems. Save changes on closing tools. I always prompt to save changes so it doesn't just automatically think that I want to save. Auto install newest versions of Charles Schwab. I always leave that on automatic because usually the newer version actually solve problems. But that is it for the settings. I think I went through everything there. And yeah, I think I went through everything there. Went through the hotkeys. You can set up alerts for any ticker that you want to. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The alerts are pretty much just like any other broker. You can set a new alert, get this little open box. You can put in a name. You can name your alert, put in the expiration date. If you have templates already saved onto your computer or something that you want to use in Charles Schwab, you can actually upload those templates for an alert. And that's usually if you have to like completely delete Charles Schwab for some reason. You can have that file saved to your computer so you can instantly just re-put it in. You can set conditionals if you want to in your alerts. And this is where you save the template. Save as template, set trigger actions. You can set a beep or a one-time notification here. But yeah, that's it. Man. But yeah, that's about it on the settings. Alright, so let me switch back over to my actual main Street Smart Edge here. And now we're back in the regular setup. Of course, CTBI is going down. CNSS, did it have news or something? Did something pop off with it? It did have a little bit of news. Of course, I didn't have equity to trade. If I would have had equity, I would have been looking at it. Let's see if it did my move. Okay, so it came up here. Got this little pullback here. I don't think I would have taken this because of this. I might. Let's see. What's the news? Upgrades Sunsys Pharmaceuticals to outperform. I don't know if I would have taken that trade here. Maybe on small share size, and I would have got faked out there on that push. Also would matter on where the previous resistance levels are as well. So I don't know where they are, but it did come back up. It kind of respected VWAP, but I still wouldn't have bought off this dead cat bounce. Would have let it go down some because it didn't respect VWAP down here. But this one is another one where it actually got all the way over VWAP, and if you bought this high here of the 58, guess what? You would have been up 20 something cents. So nice. But again, I'm growing this small account so I could be able to take advantage of these. But anyway, it is 10:12. I kind of went over a little bit, but don't forget to hit the like button. If you're on Twitch, please remember to you can follow. And I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down for the day. I will see you in the morning. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream, and I'm gonna roll the outro. You know what? I just realized I'm still in my full screen. This trash thing. Trash. Alright, now I'm in the screen. So I did all that analysis and you didn't even get to see it. But it's not like I would have traded anyway. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and roll the outro. Have a good day. And I'll see you in the morning. Hopefully, maybe, possibly. All right, let me switch modes. Here we go.